Give it up for him one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Sheppard. Sounded great.
Thank you.
Love the harmonies. The harmonies is great. I love that. The falsetto is beautiful, too. So I saw you guys at the Grammys, red carpet. You know, I asked you about the video. It's a really twisted, weird video. What's the deal with that robot and stuff like that in the video that you guys created?
I think it's like, you know, it's a mixture between Frankenstein and Les Mis, you know, that sort of world. But it's like a metaphor. The monster's like a metaphor for my courage.
Okay.
The song itself is about taking a leap of faith and, you know, doing something risky, you know, it was probably not going to work, but, you know, without any risk, there's no reward. So you gotta, you know, take that leap of faith.
So in relationships, breakups aren't final for you?
Yeah, you know, it's just like, you know, I don't want to say.
George got to kiss a very beautiful girl in the video, too. I asked you if you had any role in casting for that.
No, I've actually got a girlfriend, and she was
she was
like
angry.
in the background with a knife. Like.
I had one take. She said I had one take to get it right. So, yeah, that's the one kiss. That's all I got. That's all right.
You know, you grow up your whole life trying to be a rock star so you can wait for that moment, you know?
Yeah.
Your girlfriend ruined it.
I had that one moment, but that was it.
No, speaking of that, too, you guys have been around for a long time. A lot of people hadn't heard of you until recently, but, I mean, it's been a long time in the making for this to come together. I think you guys were in individual groups for a little bit or doing solo stuff. Or
Yeah, I actually started with Amy and I. You know, Amy was studying music at TAFE, which is like a sort of college. And she had an assignment to do and called for her to write a song, and she heard me singing in the shower, and she's like, harmonies, I could put some harmonies with this. And yeah, after that we started like a folk duo sort of thing, just kind of, you know, seeing what was going on and sort of perfecting our craft. And
then Angus and Julia came along. I was like, damn it.
Did exactly what we were doing. But that's cool. We started to write pop music, and that's when Jason came on board. Jason's the third songwriter, and the three of us just sort of sat down and wrote 30 tracks together and recorded them all. And, you know, we really liked what we were doing. We had no idea, like, what we were doing, to be honest. We were just kind of writing what came out, and at the end of it, we had to choose 11 tracks to go on this album, and then, you know, we put a band together so we could play them live. And it's been about 5 years in the making.
That's great. It comes out March 10th.
10th of March.
Bombs Away.
Yeah.
You guys got to pick that up. And with the siblings and stuff like that, is there a lot of times you just kind of sit out, Jason, and you'll just let them argue? They're arguing about who had the last box of Captain Crunch or something like that?
I'm usually the one who makes the decision.
Yeah.
Yeah. The front seat.
It's the middleman.
The Judge Judy.
All right. Well, that's cool.
I'll take the Captain Crunch.
Do they have that in Australia?
No, I've never tasted Captain Crunch.
You got to smuggle some home. Someone, we just was reading, they're making Captain Crunch like donuts or something like that. Did you hear about that? Like Tim Hortons or something like that.
Oh, wow.
You have to give that a shot.
Lucky Charms as well. That's something.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
never seen
Those
before.
are good. Have you
Lucky-
adapted? I know you're drinking tea right now.
Yes.
What's the most American treat you guys have adapted to?
Oh, Oreo milkshakes have been a good friend of mine.
That's a
I
good
love
thing.
buffalo wings.
Oh, yeah?
Oh my god, they're really good.
You like it spicy. Do we have any other questions for the band here? Anybody have a question to ask?
I used to have a lucky tambourine, but I left it in New York.
So it's not so lucky,
Lost
apparently.
to the
yeah?
city. No, it's not.
Oh, we're not too superstitious.
No.
Nothing like that. We just, as long as I have some tea.
And your pink
warm my
shaker.
voice up. And my pink shaker.
That's right.
Can't leave that behind. My lucky pink guy.
You guys are touring with Megan Trainor?
Correct.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting, huh? How's that been?
It's been
Yeah,
really fun.
we're about halfway through, and we've
Yeah.
had a really good time with her so far. She's
Yeah.
really welcoming, and we you know have been privileged to get to know her, and yeah, she's cool.
A lot of headline acts, you won't see them the entire tour.
Yeah.
As an opening act, you just won't like have any communication or contact. It's like they finish sound check, they walk off stage, and that's it.
Like you
Yeah.
might see them in the hallway if you
Isn't
like.
that interesting? Yeah.
But Megan's super cool. You know, she's really down to earth, and you know, I didn't have any tea one night, and that's my thing. And she was like, oh, come on into my room. I got bananas. I got, you know, I got tea. I got everything you need. And I was like, oh man, thank you so much.
Once again, people think of rock stars. They're not thinking of bananas and tea in the dressing room, but, you know.
Yeah, that's essential. That's
To
the
each
new
his own.
thing. It's what the kids doing nowadays.
All right. Any other questions for these guys?
There's 3 siblings, and that's, yeah, both my sisters are in the band. And then there's 3 other great friends of ours that are also in the band. 6 in total, I think, yes.
What's the coolest city you guys have been to so far in the
in the US?
My favorite's Portland, Oregon.
Detroit.
Yeah, I was gonna say wrong answer.
We've literally, this is all we've seen of Detroit. So
What'd you like about Portland?
it was just really alternative. I loved it. It was just very different to anywhere I've been.
What did you say?
Oh, yeah.
Trailblazer. Yeah, either Portland or well, Los Angeles and New York are like the big ones, right? They're the big famous cities, but they're so completely opposite.
Chicago's cool as well.
Chicago's. I just like how the US has so much variety. You know, you can drive for an hour and there's like a completely different vibe, completely different feel. You know, Portland's completely different to Los Angeles, which is completely different to San Francisco, which is completely different to New York City. There's so many different sort of worlds within the one country. I mean, in Australia, it's all pretty much the same. It's either the outback or the city, and it's like it's like just as big, but there's nothing in the middle. It's like we wasted all that space.
Yeah.
You guys built a bloody thriving casino city in the middle of the desert.
And smart. Colin works here. You were commenting on the guitar, right?
Yeah. I've only been using this for about 2-3 months, so it's very new, but it's great. They're Australian brand, so it's cool to play an Australian brand.
Cool. These guys got to probably get running. Any last questions for these guys before they take off?
Yeah, there's a lot actually. You know, for me, my biggest one is Coldplay. I just love the grandeur of their show and their music. It's just like, every time they release an album, I'm just in awe of what they've done. But yeah, there's so many influences for us.
My biggest influence is probably Fleetwood Mac and America, the band.
Nice.
Not the country.
Just
And the
America in
country.
general.
How about you, Jason?
I guess for our sort of pop music, I draw from like the Beatles, the classics. But personally, like Elliott Smith and Death Cab for Cutie are big influences on me.
Yeah, there's a lot of old school influences for us because you know, growing up, we grew up in Papua New Guinea, and you know, Jay's dad used to play all that sort of old stuff as well. And yeah, growing up in Papua New Guinea, we didn't have a lot of access to new music. I mean, we had radio, but it was usually what our parents were playing on, you know, their old CD players and that sort of stuff. So yeah, Cat Stevens and Eric Clapton, and Elton John, all those like old school pop artists. That's who we grew up with. So I guess that's the kind of music we endeavor to make.
I think of In Excess.
Oh right, yeah, In Excess. I'll take that comparison.
All right. Well, this has been the Blaine and Allison concert series. Let's make some noise for these guys.
Thank you.
Jason, George, Amy, they are Sheppard. Looking forward to more from you guys in the future. All right, guys?
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for stopping by.